Hi, this is Brandon Sled from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the forward sled drag. This is just a typical sled drag that you're just going to basically pull a sled forwards. We're going to talk about some basic mechanic issues you kind of want to focus on. Try not to overcomplicate it, and we're not going to try to make it sound like it's anything crazy either, but we do see some common mistakes when it comes to dragging a sled and some certain things you might want to emphasize depending upon what you're wanting from the actual exercise itself, because there are a couple different ways that you can actually drag it forward. So you need some kind of dragging sled, obviously, and some straps to be able to put on it. And what you're going to want to do is have a strap that's long enough that you can actually lean forward on. Okay, when we do our forward pulls, most of our time we're going to tell our kids that we want them pulling through their heel. We want them to feel their whole foot. We want to get the glute and hamstring involved to a high degree, more so than driving up on the toes like this. So the main difference is that when we're driving through the toes, we're going to get a lot more calf and quad work out of it. So we're looking at really small, like terminal knee extension and then getting the toe, which there is some triple extension here, which can have some benefit. But for most of our kids, they need way more glute and hamstring development, more so than they need focus on driving up on their toes. Most of them probably already have poor ankle mobility the way it is anyways. So if we really focus on those good big steps, we want good big solid steps forward. We want to pull through the heel every single rep and just try to maintain the same line of pull. So if I'm here, big step, and come back. So like I said, it's not exactly overcomplicated. Just make sure you understand that you're wanting good big steps pulling through the heel in most cases. If you are going to pull it where you got the short choppy steps, make sure you let them know that. But you still want to make sure you have a good angle of pull. So still good lean forward, drive that knee up. And again, we want to make sure that we're going to drive the knee up to make sure that we're actually going to put the force through the floor just like we were if we were going to go run and sprint. We want the same thing, big step up and push through hard. That way we actually see some benefit from it when it comes to sprint mechanics, running and building some speed, not just the short little choppy steps that most times you'll see the kids are doing with hundreds of pounds on there and not really seeing any performance benefit from. On your programming options, 3, 4, 5 sets, max distance. And this is kind of up to you on what you got for your facility. We either do down or down and back, so 25 to 50 yard intervals with the exercise. We pair it with something, slap something on there, kettlebell or whatever, where they got to pair it with some other kind of exercise. That way they're not just standing around. Do understand that a lot of times this will make your kids incredibly tired as I kind of breathe heavy just demonstrating this. So understand that, there can be some really good conditioning benefits from it as well. The programming options for sled stuff is basically endless, just kind of depends on what you want from it. But if you're using it from a performance standpoint, if you're using it to try to build the glutes and hamstring up as an accessory exercise, pick the option 1. We talk about driving to the heel. If you're trying to work on some speed mechanics, some sprint mechanics, do the second option, driving the knee up hard and pushing down into the ground or into the turf. Any other variation, if you're doing it for just general GPP, stuff like that, however you want them to drag, it's entirely up to you. Usually if you're going to do long duration pulls, I would recommend you have some kind of harness or something you can put on so they're not cranked back like this. The only thing that's really nice about this is that we do sometimes work on a good forward lean out of this, where the harness, sometimes we can get a forward lean, but when we're here, I feel like I get more of an emphasis on the forward lean, because if I'm not pulling on that strap right, I'm not going to have the lean right. Where sometimes those harnesses can sometimes leave you upright instead of being down when we're talking about acceleration mechanics. So if you got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.